Hello, 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 world. Hello, everybody. This is your host, Louise Hicks of Aim to Purpose Spiritual Empowerment Hour. And I'm excited about today's or tonight, wherever you're located. I'm excited about the broadcast because we're going to talk about none other than the presidential debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. And thank you all for your support, my new subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate you. And please share, 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 thumbs up, give it a like, and by all means, leave your comments because I'm going to give you my perspective on the presidential debate that I watched. And I really didn't I really wasn't impressed by it. Let's put it that way. And I'm going to share with you my screen here, and then we're just going to talk about it, and I'll give you my thoughts on what I thought about the 2024 presidential debate. Was there a winner? And I like to create little thumbnails because I think they're kind of interesting. It kind of gives you an idea of what I'm going to talk about. And this was an interesting debate, I must say. And it was supposed to be a very important debate because this country is in chaos right now. And we need some answers from each one of these candidates. We'd like to find out about the economy, the immigration status. We'd like to find out just a whole host of things that really is on the mind of the American people. And I'd like to always tell you I've coined myself actually as this mad Black woman, and that is for motivated and determined to support and elevate my people, that is Black people, to a higher level of consciousness, because we know that we as Black people have been disenfranchised in this country for almost 500 years now, about 250 years of slavery, and we're still enslaved to a certain extent. We just don't have the invisible shackles because if we weren't, we wouldn't still be fighting for our freedom. We've gone through Jim Crow, we've gone through mass incarceration. And when it comes down to these presidents, we know that most Black people tend to vote Democratic. And why? We need to start asking ourselves, why are we supporting and voting for these Democrats when we don't see anything, improvements within our community, economically, particularly? And don't mention the word reparations to them. I haven't heard either candidate mention reparations, and that's a debt that's owed to to the Black descendants of slavery. It's a debt because we are the heirs of our ancestors who built this country and through the worst atrocities that Americans have ever seen and read about. And we're still seeing it. Our ancestors had the hardest time. However, we are too. I am 73 years of age, and I can tell you some horror stories of discrimination, racism that I've gone through. And then we have our sitting vice president who said America is not a racist country, and I'm not going to do anything specifically for Black folks, Black people, and those are her words. So, with that said, again, I'm Louise Hicks. Please share, 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 and leave your comments, leave your likes, and by all means, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, share, share. And this is the 2024 presidential debate. Was there a winner? So, what are your thoughts? I'm going to give you my thought, and I'm not going to be in long. It's going to be pretty brief. My thought is from the beginning, when David Muir and Lindsay Davis, who were the moderators, David Muir presented the first question, which was about the economy, and he I guess it was an oversight unless he wasn't reading from a teleprompter. I'm not sure, but he said in the 4 years, and I'm just paraphrasing that when since President Trump and Vice President Harris were elected, but I'm sure he meant to say when President Biden and Vice President Harris were elected. But he didn't say that. He said President Trump and Vice President Harris. And then he went on to ask Vice President Harris about the economy. And I never heard her answer the question. She started talking about herself. And you can watch the debate because I'm not going to go into it because it's not necessary. It's right there on YouTube. It was about 90 minutes. And go on YouTube and watch it for yourself. And you be the judge and give your own comments because, from my perspective, there was no winner, neither one. And it was, I, I guess some of the points were relevant. But as far as I'm concerned, as a mad, motivated, and determined Black woman, I didn't hear anything about any economic empowerment for our people. And I know what the Biden-Harris administration, what they've been doing. They've been uplifting everybody. Migrants are coming in and they're just taking over, doing whatever they please, and the border is wide open. It's sad what is going on. Our economy is not good. And as far as I'm concerned, from my perspective, I fared better economically under Trump than I am now under Biden Harris administration. Everything is skyrocketed. You can go to the grocery store and spend $200 or $300 and you come back and you hardly have any food. And the gas prices are high and housing is much higher. It's almost impossible for any of the millennials, Gen Zs, and Xers. It's Gen, the millennials, all of them. It's difficult for them to even buy a home. And in California, I just did a series, parts 1, 2, and 3, about California Assembly Bill 1840, whereas migrants, there was a bill introduced, an insane bill as far as I'm concerned, to give migrants, illegals, immigrants, illegal immigrants, $150,000 to have a down payment on a house, zero interest. And when I called up Governor Newsom's office, I was hung up on by asking questions. And it's all in my 3-part series that you can go and uh, watch on this channel. So with that said, I just didn't see a winner because Vice President Harris never answered that question as to whether the economy is better off in their administration under Biden Harris than it was under Trump. And as I stated, personally, economically, I was better off under Trump than I am now. And she didn't answer that. She evaded it. She talked about everything else. And also she evaded talking about this sad migrants, illegal migrants that are coming in here. She was very evasive about that as well. And I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I'm 73. I got out of the Democratic Party because that's what most Black people are. Got out of that party when I was 30, in my 30s. And I will never go back, never went back. I am an independent. And as far as I can see right now, I'm not voting for either Trump or Harris. I don't see myself voting for either one because I haven't heard anything from either one of them about economically empowering us as Black people. And of course, we have to take accountability and empower ourselves, really, because neither party has really done anything to elevate economically our ourselves as Black people. And that's where I stand on that. So I didn't see a winner at all. Now I got this little meme down here and I want to stop sharing this and just share the meme because as I stated, I'm not going to be in here long. You can go and, by all means, if you didn't see the debate, everybody has their own perspective on what they thought, who were the winners, who won, who lost. neither one won or lost as far as I'm concerned. So it's just how I stand on it. And let me stop sharing this one. And I'm going to share this one because I really want to just talk about this one a little bit. And then I'm out because this one was a meme. I don't know who created this, but anyhow, I thought it was really uh, the sentiment of several people who said that ABC was biased because they didn't drill down or ask any follow-ups or hold Kamala Harris accountable, and they did just the opposite with former President Donald Trump. And I saw that too in some of it. It was they're saying it was 3-1, and you might say that when you watch these mainstream medias, it depends on which one you're watching as to who will say who won. And that's why I wanted to present this meme because it's interesting because that's exactly what happens if you watch MSNBC. They are all Kamala Harris. If you watch ABC and CNN, they are Kamala Harris. If you watch Fox, they are President Trump, former President Trump. And the it's just depending on which media you're watching. Some are for Vice President Kamala Harris, and some are for President, former President Trump. So it depends on which channel you're watching because they are biased and they have their own selection. And I don't go along with either anybody. I use my own critical thinking skills. I watch, I listen. Like I heard David Muir in the beginning, he made the mistake of saying that he paired vice president with Trump being the president as opposed to vice president with Biden being the president. And that was in the beginning. And then she comes along and never answers the question as to whether the economy is better off under their administration. And my perspective is not better off because I know personally I fared better under the Trump administration. And as I said, I'm 73. I've seen a lot, been through a lot. I know this country has a lot of racism, discrimination, and I've gone through a lot of it myself. I got out of both. I got out of the Democratic Party when I was in my 30s because I saw the handwriting on the wall. They just kept going left, 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 and now they've gone even more left. It's just so much. And being in California, living there, I mean, it's just some of the stuff they were doing is just outrageous in California. And my kids were all born and raised there, lived there over 50 years. So I can tell you, I know California. And I'm pretty much that's about all I have to say on this. I just wanted to come in and give my perspective and my thoughts on it. By all means, if you didn't watch the debate live, you can see it. It's all over YouTube, everywhere. You can see the full debate and you can judge for yourself what your thoughts are. But I didn't see a winner personally. And those are my thoughts. And I'm always, as I said, looking out number one for my own people because that's what everybody else is doing and black people need to start doing more of that, looking out for self-preservation, love one another. We got to love self first and then start loving one another, and that's how we come together in unity. And I wish we would start our own party, our own political party. That's what I'd like to see. And when we do that and come together, we will fare better as a people and become more accountable and start building for ourselves because nobody else is going to do it for us. And that's about my spiel. And so, again, I'm Louise Hicks, your host of this podcast, Aim to Purpose Spiritual Empowerment Hour. Be sure and subscribe, share, 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 like, leave your comments, and thumbs up. And with that said, always remember your power lies within you. Let it loose because your destiny is your command. And too many of us are fearful to speak up. And I always sometimes share uh, 2 Timothy 1:7. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And you notice power comes first because you need power. That's what we need. We need power. And we got to exercise that power. And I do believe in exercising that power, speaking up, speaking out. And that's what I do. So, with that said, thank you all again. Much love. Thanks for my new subscribers, new supporters. And I'll be back with a new video. I don't know what I'll be doing next, but be within the next few days. I will be back. So with that said, have a great rest of your day, evening, and wherever you may be on, wherever you are rather. And much love.